As a caregiver in a family daycare home or child care center, you have many important responsibilities in providing the best care for the children. Part of that responsibility is making sure the meals and snacks you serve will help provide the children with the energy and nutrients they need to grow and stay healthy. Hello, I'm Karen Reed. Welcome to this lesson on the meal pattern requirements for the Child and Adult Care Food Program, which is also known as CACFP. We'll discuss the basics for following these meal pattern requirements when planning those healthful and nutritious meals and snacks. This lesson is part of a training program designed to give you helpful information about the meal pattern requirements for the CACFP. Lesson materials with more information and tips are available through the National Food Service Management Institute website at www.nfsmi.org. If you need help with the download, please call NFSMI at 800-321-3054, and someone will be happy to help you. In this lesson, we'll focus on the USDA meal pattern requirements for child care centers and family daycare homes participating in the Child and Adult Care Food Program. Because the focus of this training program is providing care and nutritious meals and snacks to children, we will only discuss meal pattern requirements for children from birth through age 12. While the CACFP reaches even further to provide meals to children residing in emergency shelters and snacks and suppers to youths participating in eligible after-school care programs, this component of the CACFP is not addressed in this training program. The CACFP meal pattern provides guidelines for the types of foods needed to serve nutritious meals and snacks and the correct amounts to serve. Portion sizes will vary depending on the ages of the children. Additionally, the meal pattern is your guideline for which meals and snacks can be reimbursed. You will not be reimbursed for any meals or snacks that do not meet the meal pattern requirements. The meal pattern includes food components representing the different groups of foods. First is the grains and breads component, which includes whole grain or enriched breads, cereals, pastas, rice, and products such as muffins, waffles, and crackers. These foods have complex carbohydrates and provide iron and some of the B vitamins. To meet the meal pattern requirements, you must include one serving from the grains breads component at breakfast, lunch, or supper. Fruits and vegetables make up the next component of the meal pattern. These foods provide vitamins A and C, folates, potassium, carbohydrates, and fiber. They're also versatile since they can be served raw or cooked in a variety of different ways. To meet the meal pattern requirements, you must include 2 servings from the fruits and vegetables component for the lunch or supper meal. These 2 servings must be 2 different foods. 1 serving from this component must be offered at breakfast. The next component is meats and meat alternates, which provide protein, iron, some B vitamins, and other nutrients. This group includes lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, cheese, dry beans and peas, yogurt, nuts, peanut butter, and other nut butters. 1 serving must be offered at lunch and supper. At breakfast, this component is optional. The 4th component of the CACFP meal pattern is milk. Milk provides calcium, phosphorus, riboflavin, vitamins A and D. It is also an excellent source of protein and other nutrients. As part of the meal pattern, milk refers to fluid milk. The choices are whole milk, low-fat or skim milk, lactose-reduced or lactose-free milk, buttermilk, and acidophilus milk. Fluid milk must be served at breakfast, lunch, and supper. The milk you serve must meet your state and local standards for each age group. And remember, use whole milk for children ages 1 to 2 and choose lower fat options for older children. We've mentioned the components required for breakfast, lunch, or supper. At snacks, you must serve any 2 of the 4 components. Snacks are important for young children because they have small stomachs and often cannot eat enough food in 3 meals to meet their nutritional needs. But you don't want children to overeat, so allow at least 2 hours between meals and snacks. The CACFP supplement meal pattern for snacks shows serving sizes for each of the food components to be served. Make snack time fun. Be creative with food presentation. Introduce new foods, and when appropriate, let children help with preparation. The lesson materials include tips and helpful information about planning snacks for children. As you plan meals and snacks for the children in your family daycare home or child care center, always remember that you must choose healthful foods from the 4 food components in the correct serving sizes to receive reimbursement for the meal or snack. Foods that can be counted as a healthful food choice are referred to by the term creditable. This means they can be counted or credited as part of a reimbursable meal or snack. Foods that do not meet the meal standards set by the USDA for the Child and Adult Care Food Program are called non-creditable and can't be credited or counted as part of a reimbursable meal or snack. Examples of non-creditable foods are desserts, such as ice cream or pudding, or snack foods such as potato chips. The guidelines you received for participating in the CACFP provide more information about creditable and non-creditable foods. If you do not have these guidelines, they are available through the state agency or sponsor. One of the benefits of using the meal pattern requirements is to help you serve each child nutritious foods and the right amount of those foods so that the proper amount of nutrients are available. The USDA meal pattern requirements are designed to meet the nutrition needs of children as they grow from birth through age 12. There are different requirements for each age group: infants, 1 and 2-year-olds, 3 through 5, and 6 through 12. If your child care center or family daycare home serves older children in after-school programs or in an emergency shelter, in addition to infants and children through age 12, follow any meal pattern requirements provided by your state agency or sponsor. An infant grows and develops more rapidly during the first year than any other time of life. The infant meal pattern specifies the minimum types and amounts of food that participating child care providers must serve to an infant at different meals in order to be reimbursed for these meals. Follow the requirements to feed infants breast milk or infant formula and to introduce them to solid foods. The meal pattern food components for children in the other age groups are grains, breads, fruits and vegetables, meats, meat alternates, and milk. As you select foods for meals and snacks, keep in mind serving sizes appropriate for the child and for the food component requirement. The best option for planning and preparing meals and snacks that meet CACFP meal pattern requirements is to use recipes from the USDA Recipes for Childcare resource. The Recipes for Childcare resource is available through the NFSMI website and includes recipes for items such as entrees and main dishes, vegetables, salads, and desserts. Using recipes from the USDA Recipes for Childcare resource will help you in several ways. First, each recipe has information about the food components included and gives the appropriate serving sizes, so you will know the food meets CACFP meal pattern requirements and will be creditable. Second, the recipes are easy to follow. Third, the food preparation method recommended in the recipe will be healthful and will follow the dietary guidelines for Americans. And fourth, the recipes have been created to appeal to children's tastes and preferences. Prepackaged foods such as macaroni and cheese or convenience foods such as burritos may be included in your menus, but it is not always easy to determine which food components are included and what serving size is appropriate to meet meal pattern requirements. And prepackaged foods and convenience foods often have much higher sodium and fat content than is appropriate for young children. Foods that do not meet USDA standards are non-creditable and cannot be counted toward meeting any of the components in the meal pattern requirements. Examples of non-creditable foods are bacon, cream cheese, ice cream or ice milk, cocoa mixes, powdered cheese and boxed macaroni and cheese, or ham hocks. Remember to keep a record of the foods and portion sizes you serve at each meal and snack. This is required for reimbursement through the Child and Adult Care Food Program. Serving meals and snacks in a family-style setting is one way to help children learn healthful food and mealtime habits. However, you must still make sure that all meal pattern requirements are met. All components of the meal or snack must be included, and there must be enough food at the table to provide the full required portions for each child. Also, remember to include enough food for yourself or other caregivers joining the meal. Start the meal by offering and encouraging each child to accept the full required portion of each meal component. If the child doesn't want an item or takes a smaller portion, offer the same foods again later in the meal. And be sure to keep an accurate record of the children who eat the meal or snack.
I want to ask you a couple of things that really have concerned me. I did an interview with a parent whose child is diabetic, and I need you to work with me maybe on the type of diet that we're going to have to work with, and the exceptions or and so forth that I will have to make in his diet and cooking with the other children. So I need your advice.
It's probably not as difficult as you think. The first thing you need to do is to get a signed statement from the child's pediatrician or doctor showing what the special diet nutritional needs are, and then you would follow those for that particular child. You be sure to write down everything you serve the children, including what he is served, if it's different from what you're serving the other children.
So the reimbursement and so forth will...
But you will be reimbursed the same amount for this special child as you do for all the other children.
I won't be so hesitant as long as I know you're a telephone.
We'll help you. We'll help you.
Do you have children in your care with special nutrition needs? Children can have special nutrition needs because of a chronic medical condition, the diabetes the child care provider was just asking about, a food allergy, or because of a disability such as Down syndrome. And some children may need the texture of food changed so it is easier for them to chew or swallow. Providing healthful meals for children who have special nutrition needs requires some special planning. Before making substitutions or modifications, have the parents give you a special diet statement from a recognized medical authority, such as a medical doctor or dietitian. This statement should include any foods to be substituted in the child's diet and include any instructions on texture modification. As long as you follow the guidelines established for your state and the Child and Adult Care Food Program, you can still get reimbursements for any meals or snacks prepared for children with special nutrition needs. Caring for children is an important responsibility, and helping them learn to choose nutritious foods and develop healthful eating habits is an important part of that responsibility. For many children, the meals and snacks they receive at your family daycare home or child care center are the only planned meals they have. You have a significant influence on these children through the food you serve and the way you serve it. Use the lesson materials and helpful tips available for download from the NFSMI website at www.nfsmi.org. These tools can help you plan delicious and healthful meals and snacks that contribute to the children's nutritional needs.